Good afternoon, Facebook. This is the winning window, Facebook Live at 1:30 p.m. And this is our week 15, our countdown to 2020. So how have you been from the last week that we interacted on the Wednesday and we discussed about certain things that you need to do in your life to advance your progress or to achieve your goals that you have set yourself for this year. And we are reaching towards the last quarters now. So how is it that's working out for you? What are you doing about it now? And has it helped you? The live that we did, the questions that I asked you to answer for yourself, did it help you? So I want to know about these things. Are you really focusing on your goals and your whatever you need to do and whatever you need to not do? So are you doing that? Hi, Neeta. Good afternoon, Hitesh. Good to have you, Mitesh, here on the live. And so I'm just going to take a little bit of understanding from you guys. So what's up with you guys? What's happening? How is your week so far? Since the last time we met, since then, how has been your week so far? How has been your week so far? I'm just waiting for a little bit so that people can log in because it takes a couple of minutes for Facebook to intimate people that the live has started. So I'm just going to wait for a couple of minutes. Till then I can take your, whatever your things are going on in the last 1 week, that whatever you've done or you plan to do. Good afternoon, Shashi, and hi, Hemraj. Good to have you guys here. And today's topic that I decided to discuss, because it came to me very strongly time and again in my life when, about 23 years back when I started my career, it was, I wouldn't say it was a struggle for me at all, but it was a little bit of that stressful time when, you are into your 20s, you just finished your graduation, your college, you just stepped out of the house, and the responsibilities that your parents have been taking care of you, and now you decided to so once your career starts, your responsibility starts, and same goes, same was happening with me. So when I started my career, the kind of people that I had with me, and the kind of things that I used to do. So I realized that I come from a background that where people believe that everything is predestined, and you can't pretty much overcome the blockages that are there in your destiny or written in your chart, and you can't really bypass them. So I came from a background where everybody believed that you're a byproduct of your preordained destiny, and of course, when you listen to it all the time, you start believing in it, right? So I also started believing in it, that this is what is probably my life is. And it kind of then dawned on me that when I started working on my patients, on my clients, and all the other things that I was doing alongside that, to educate myself more, to understand the why a person has a particular problem, or why a person is going through a certain problem. And I just stumbled upon something which is probably also my calling now, which is like early days of my career. I stumbled upon this aspect of, there's some sort of a internal process that a person goes through, or the internal belief that a person has, or certain things that a person believes, that generates a sort of a chemical response in the body. So whatever your beliefs are, that generates emotions, and emotions generate a certain chemical response. So your body, which is made up of multiple chemicals, has a different combinations going on simultaneously. So what you believe, and that generates the emotions, and that triggers the chemical response. Now, chemical response could be extremely toxic, or chemical response could be very well like a tonic. So when I started working with my patients and solving their diseases and their problems, I started realizing the bigger aspect of life in terms of the diseases are not formed because there is some sort of a external input there, but there is some sort of a chemical imbalance that is going on in the body that is either creating a toxic environment, so the person leads to the diseases, or an environment of a tonic where the person is actually leading a very healthy life. So initial days of my practice, when I was working with the patients, I started looking at it and understanding on the physical dis-ease. Okay, so wherever the ease goes away from the body, the disease comes. So I started realizing that the disease is an outcome of the chemical imbalance in the body. And then from there on, my progression happened into multiple other areas. Like, I started working with people and their relationship issues. I started working in people where they had financial issues, their career issues, health was obviously going on simultaneously. And I realized that all these aspects of life are interconnected to only one big thing. That's the environment which is there inside you. Yes, the environment which is there, which is inside you, and that depends completely what kind of a input or what kind of a relationship that your body and your mind has in between them. They have a very intimate connection. Now, if you understand that the intimate connection that these two share, if you have sort of a negative belief about something, you're going to generate a negative chemical response in the body, and that is going to lead to a certain kind of a decision, to certain kind of a action, and then certain kind of a result. So when it comes to environment of our lives, I started understanding that one of my mentors, he beautifully said in one of the seminars that, your environment is more powerful than your willpower. I'll repeat it again, okay? Your environment is more powerful than your willpower. Now, what is this? Like, you all maybe, or even I used to think, and back then that, I want this in my life, I want to do this, I want to do this, and I want to do this. But not all the time I was able to achieve what I wanted to achieve, or even I saw other people, they were not able to achieve what they wanted to achieve. And then when I started studying all about this environment, I realized that there is certain kind of internal environment that we all have, and there is a certain kind of external environment that we live in. Now, you remember I said that I was living in an environment back then in my childhood or my early teens that projected on me that everything is preordained and everything is pre-decided and you can't really do anything about it. Your willpower cannot be really exercised to change your course of life. And if you want something and if it is not written in your destiny, it may not happen for you. So from there to understanding the environments which are there internally. So every cell of your body is living in an environment. So you are a community of trillions of cells. So every community which is there, so what kind of an environment which is there internally in your body? What kind of chemical responses and what kind of information are you passing to these cells? So that they are going to work for you or they're going to work against you. Are they going to be toxic performing or are they going to be tonic performing for you? So today I want you to take an account of certain things that are in your environment. Okay, I want you to take account of your environment which is internally. I want you to figure out whether what you think, what you believe, and what you feel is all matching to the goal that you want to achieve. Or if you have a goal and if your internal self is telling you that you cannot achieve it, or it's too difficult, it's not your cup of tea, or somebody has done it some way, you're not so smart, you're not so good enough. And what are the emotions are you generating? What are the feelings that you're getting out of it? What are the triggers are you getting from there? That's one thing that I want to take an account of those things which are going on in your space internally. So find time today or tomorrow, sometime which is like maybe 10 minutes to half an hour time, not more than that. Don't overthink about it, but start writing down. When you look at your goal, what do you actually feel? Do you actually feel that you're setting up yourself to achieve it? Is everything in order, or you feel that there is a chaos and disorder going on inside? Okay, that's one thing. And the other thing I want you to figure out, this very, very important. Okay, I'm sure you must have read this statement, or you must have heard this statement very often. Okay, the statement goes that the books you read and the people you hang out with, you become that life. Your life becomes exactly like those books or those people you hang out with. You are a sum total of the information that you get and assimilate. Okay, so yes, you need to read the books which are going to support your goal. But apart from that, you also need to figure out what are the people that you hang around with. Who are these people around your life? So I realized every time my goals changed in my life, I started looking at the environment that I am in. Because when you have a massive goal to achieve, and if you have somebody with you who doesn't believe that you can do it, they're going to constantly tell you that you can't do it and why you can't do it. Whereas if you have somebody in your life who's so optimistic and who's probably been there, done that, and also is looking forward to achieve their own goals, then they're going to talk to you differently. They're going to study with you. They're going to figure it out. How can you achieve that thing and how can they achieve that thing? So figure out what are your most important 5 people in your life. And if it is needed, then, like, a lot of people ask that, I can't delete my parents from my life, or I can't delete my spouse from my life, or I can't delete my family members, XYZ. No, I'm not saying you delete people from your life, those who are your own people. But maybe reduce the contact, maybe reduce, or maybe don't share everything with them, because the response is going to be this way. Okay, if you hang out with a couple of friends or 3-4 friends where they are all negative, then delete a couple of them and introduce yourself to new people. So new community. Figure out who are the people, those who can support you. I realize that every time I hit a new goal, or I want to go through a new goal, I actually take an account of what are the people, those who are in my space. And if these people are really not helping me grow, then I reduce my connection with them. Because, think about this in your own life, okay? It's not just my life, it's going to be your life as well. Because you're going to see this in your life, that there will be that person, or there will be those people, those who really don't have bigger goals, or they don't believe that you will have bigger goals. They want to pull you down. They want to pull you down and keep you with them. They don't really want you to progress and do what you want to do, because they fear that if you do that, then you may not be with them. Or they want to overpower you. They want to control you. They want to keep you with them. So make sure that you delete such toxic people from your life. Okay, don't even look back, just delete them, because they are not the people, those who are going to help you in your life. They don't believe in you, they don't believe in your aspirations. They simply feel that, they're there to suck your energy or sap your energy. So figure it out for yourself. Who are these people? And the last thought I want to leave you with, okay, as much as you're taking the account of your environment and how can you delete people, also figure out which environment you belong to. Which environment or which people's environment are you part of? And then ask yourself this question: are you adding value to that person's life, or are you simply sapping their energy? That's all for today. I'll see you next week, next Wednesday, 1:30 p.m. at the winning window, with another lesson for us to learn in this countdown to 2020. Let me know how did you find this video, and if you already figured out what you need to do in your life right now after this video, comment and tell me if you've already started taking the account of it. You can comment and tell me later as well. If you feel you want to share this video with somebody else, please do that. Like the video, tag a friend, and spread the message as much as possible. See you next week on Wednesday, 1:30 p.m. Dr. Meghana Dikshit signing off.